Okay, welcome back to part two. I'm still attempting to cut plates and still a beginner, still learning. So I guess I'm just showing you my journey of realistically how we learn to cut these things, just using the different tips I've seen and using different tools. And hopefully we can learn together on this journey. So with the last video, I cut some plates like this that had Christmas things on them. I've just had the second plate and tried to show a video of me cutting it, but I just realized my hands were in the way most of the time. So this is what I did cut in that video, and that's going to be a lovely little necklace that I'm going to turn that into a necklace and sand it up, buff it up with the Dremel and sandpaper. Put a little hole in the top there, and I might partner that with another little part to put on the necklace with some beads, or turn some earrings to go with that for a present. Some other things I've been practicing since we talked last, or since I did the last video, is just practicing to cut out some roses. As you can see here, there's a little bit of the petal. I wasn't quite happy. I would have liked some more white left around that. That just does my head in. Visually, it's not the space isn't flattering for that piece. But regardless, still having a little bit of a play. From that same plate where the rose was, I managed to cut out some little things here with the leaves to match it, just to see if something like that could be turned into earrings. I quite like those, and when they buff up, I think they might be quite pretty, with some polymer little round circles at the top. So yeah, just having a little bit of a play and realizing some different things, realizing I'm getting better at learning to use the tools that I've got. These ones here, I'll put them in the description. I don't think that they're side biters, but they really do have a bit of a side, like you do go from the side. See there, that's quite flat, that part, whereas the chunky cutting part is on this underside. That's where you cut with, so perhaps they are side nippers, I'm not sure. And these little nippers here, small nippers, they help get into the smaller parts and refine what you're doing. So I've got this big bit here. I'm using just a highlighter to mark where I'm wanting to stay away from. That would be my aim. I really hope that I can preserve that part of the piece. I'm going to bite through from the other side. But if you see, what I think I'm realizing is I'm not going to just try and go straight cutting exactly on that line. What I'm going to do is try and aim away from it. So, sorry, hang on, the camera's just done a wiki. I'll just try and fix this up a bit. Don't know what I'm doing. There we go. So I'm going to try and, instead of lining it up exactly to go along there, I'm going to try and aim it away, because I think as I bite in, it tends to crack, make a big crack in that direction. So when I've done it like this, what I've found is it actually is going in that direction. So I've marked it out away here, and hopefully as I crack in this direction, it hopefully will go away, I'm hoping. So what I've done is I've scored it using a glass scorer this time. If my theory is wrong, you'll soon see what happens. So I guess that's where the benefit of, you can learn from me what not to do, I guess. Makes it easy. Really using the scorer to just compromise that line a bit, and on the ridge as well. And then I'm going to cut in around. See, when I drag it back that way, sometimes it slips and you really need to it's like scratching a chalkboard, isn't it? Okay, nearly there. Let's see how we go with breaking this plate. Okay, it's quite therapeutic feeling actually when you can break it. So this is the hardest part, I feel, is yeah, I don't want to, oh, I do want to pull it this way because I don't want it to cut there. So oops, yep. It's all right. It's just little bits. It's not biting off more than you can chew. Not that you can really chew glass. I'm lucky I've got my PPE on. I've got my mask on. Although I still haven't been able to get the proper PPE. I've only got just surgical masks on because our local Bunnings doesn't have any at the moment, thanks to COVID. Everyone must have just rushed out and got it. Okay, so the beautiful thing I want to protect is on this side. So, oops. Gosh. Okay, I'm really going to have to get a stand. So the really pretty pattern is on this side. So I want to come down this way, as far away from it as possible, I think, especially when breaking through this part here. It's a little bit unpredictable. See how close we are to that beautiful pattern? And see how some of the pattern is on the rim. So remember, it's all been scored here. Will she do it? I've come a long way, haven't I? You too can do this. Sharp, I've got super sharp gloves on because that's really sharp there. I'm going to use the little nibbler because that is a little beauty, that rim. Woohoo! See how the nibbler just got through that? Now, are we going to be able to do it? Okay, back to these. Oh yeah, I am on the side biters. Okay, so. Okay, we are away from that picture. Woohoo! Now, we're in. Now remember, getting past this hard bit, this is the hardest bit to get past, I think. And then once we're in there, now I need to recut to just say I want to go that way. So what I might do now is I might just make a second part of the video. So that's just for getting through there, and I'll make part 2 now so we can see about getting through this beautiful picture. Okay.